you guys. Today I want to give you 4 tips so you can improve your volleys at the net. My name is Ivan and welcome back to my channel. So the tip number 1 I want to give you today is have a wide stand. Wide stand when you're at the net, because this position will really allow you to perform your volleys better, as it gives you balance. And balance is super important. When the ball comes fast, you're much more likely to really move and adjust for the volley. So having this wide stand and being low at the net will really help you with that. While having the small position like this, you can see how my position is not too strong. So when the ball comes at me, I will probably lose balance, or I'll be too slow to adjust for my volleys. So get this nice wide stand position at the net and be ready for the volleys. And tip number 2, have your racket in the middle of your body. Now you can see how my racket is centered in the middle. It's not to the side. Well, what will this give me is the same starting point for my volley. So let's say I have a forehand volley, and now the ball comes to my forehand, I turn for my forehand volley. If I have a backhand, I turn for my backhand volley. Now you can see how I have the same starting point. Having a little starting point to the side like this, if you have a forehand volley, now you can see how much longer now I have to take my racket to this side. I know that you can do it, but again, we're talking about simplicity and simplifying things that can really help you perform better at the net. So have that in the middle, that position, and just quickly turn for forehand or quickly turn for the backhand volley. So tip number 3, have your racket on the level where it can be much easier for you to turn for the different height volleys. So for example, have a look at my hand is the level of my hip here, okay, and my racket head is the level of my chest. Now you can see there's 3 levels of volleys that you have to be able to handle. It's a high volley, it's a same level as your shoulder level height volley, and also there is a low volley. The same goes for the backhand, right? So listen, sometimes people have too much a lower ready position in the net, so when the volley is too high, then they gotta go all the way up. And again, when the ball flies too fast, you just have less time to react. And when you play points, this is enough for you to miss the ball and make a mistake. Now, having the racket in the middle, now you can see that I have the same starting point, and it starts from the same place, going for a high volley, or going for the short volley, or going for the same level volley. And you can see for the backhand with a high, you have the same level volley, and also you have the short level volley. So that will allow you to really start from the same point for your volleys, and will help you to really, be much more efficient with that. Okay. The tip number 4 I want to give you is to always split step before your opponent hits the ball. So when your opponent is about to hit the ball, you just split step every time and stay in that wide position again. That will give you really the balance to really act fast and perform your volleys really at the right time. So always split step. So let me go again with the 4 tips I give you today. Tip number 1, have a wide stand that will give you much more balance, so you can be much more efficient at the net, having that strong position. Tip number 2, have your racket in the middle of your body, so you can start from the same place for your turns. Tip number 3, have your racket on the middle level, because you have 3 levels of volley, so you want to start from that middle point where you have the same distance, to turn for each of the volleys. Will give you time. And the 4 volleys, keep splitting step right before the opponent hits the ball, so you can be in position to change direction and react fast for the volleys. Okay guys, I hope my tips today were helpful for you, that you learned something and you can really go and start applying this on the tennis court. Thank you so much for being here. See you in my next video.